Hypericum perforatum, known as perforate St. John's wort, is a flowering plant in the family Hypericaceae and the type species of the genus Hypericum. The genus Hypericum consists of approximately 400 species of herbs and shrubs that have yellow or copper-colored flowers with 4 to 5 petals, numerous stamens and a single pistil. The plant flowers are used to make extracts, capsules and teas that possess therapeutic properties. The Hypericum perforatum plant is native to Europe, but is commonly found in the United States and Canada in the dry ground of roadsides, meadows and woods. Although not native to Australia and long considered a weed, Hypericum perforatum is now grown there as a crop, and today Australia produces 20% of the world's supply. Hypericum perforatum produces dozens of biologically active substances, but 2 compounds found in the plant, hypericin and hyperforin, have the greatest medical activity. Other compounds, including the flavonoids rutin, quercetin and camphorol, also appear to have medical activity. Hypericum perforatum health benefits. Works as an antidepressant. Many studies show that Hypericum perforatum may help fight mild to moderate depression and anxiety, and has fewer side effects than most other prescription antidepressants, such as loss of sex drive. However, there are Hypericum perforatum drug interactions, so the herb should be taken only under the guidance of a healthcare professional, especially if you already take medications for depression. In a 2017 meta-analysis including 27 clinical trials and over 3,800 patients, researchers concluded that Hypericum perforatum has comparable efficacy and safety to selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Studies show that Hypericum perforatum uses seem to work as well as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, a popular type of antidepressant that doctors often prescribe first to treat depression, such as Prozac, Celexa and Zoloft. Researchers aren't exactly sure how Hypericum perforatum works for depression. Some have suggested that the herb acts similar to a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor because it makes more serotonin, dopamine and norepinephrine available in the brain. These neurotransmitters help improve your mood and can be responsible for treating symptoms of depression. Hypericum perforatum uses also include improving mood in people with seasonal affective disorder, a type of depression that occurs during the winter months because of lack of sunlight. Seasonal affective disorder is usually treated with light therapy, and there is some evidence that using Hypericum perforatum together with phototherapy works even better as a way to beat the winter blues. Relieves premenstrual syndrome symptoms. Because of its positive effects on mood, Hypericum perforatum has been used to alleviate and naturally remedy premenstrual syndrome symptoms, such as depression, chronic fatigue and hormonal imbalance. A study done at the Institute of Psychological Sciences in the United Kingdom included 36 women aged 18-45. They had regular menstrual cycles and were diagnosed with mild premenstrual syndrome. The women were randomly assigned to receive either Hypericum perforatum tablets at 900 mg a day or identical placebo tablets for 2 menstrual cycles. Then the groups switched doses and the next 2 cycles. Symptoms were rated daily throughout the trial using the daily symptom report, and the women reported on feelings of depression, aggression, hormone balance and hormonal stimulation. The trial showed that Hypericum perforatum is superior to a placebo in improving physical and behavioral symptoms of premenstrual syndrome, but there were no significant effects compared with a placebo in treating mood and pain-related premenstrual syndrome symptoms. Researchers reported that daily treatment with Hypericum perforatum was more effective than placebo treatment for the most common physical and behavioral symptoms associated with premenstrual syndrome. and further work is needed to determine whether pain and mood symptoms benefit from longer treatment duration. Improves mood during menopause. Hypericum perforatum uses include being tested as an herbal remedy that relieves the psychological and vegetative symptoms of menopause. A study published in Advance in Therapy and performed in Berlin investigated 12 weeks of treatment with Hypericum perforatum. 111 women, ages 43 to 65, took one 900 mg tablet 3 times daily. All of the participants experienced symptoms characteristic of the pre- and postmenopausal state. The treatment outcome was evaluated by the Menopause Rating Scale, a self-designed questionnaire for assessing sexuality, and the Clinical Global Impression Scale. To test the results, the incidence and severity of typical psychological, psychosomatic and vasomotor symptoms were recorded after 5, 8 and 12 weeks of treatment. Substantial improvement in psychological and psychosomatic symptoms was observed, and menopausal complaints diminished or disappeared completely in 76% of the women. In addition to this, sexual well-being also improved after treatment, displaying that Hypericum perforatum uses include providing natural menopause relief. Has anti-cancer properties. Researchers have found that Hypericum perforatum stops the growth of tumor cells and can treat both non-melanoma and melanoma skin cancer cells. Because Hypericum perforatum has shown to have significant anti-tumor activity, researchers suggest that it's an effective cancer-fighting treatment that's available in abundance because it's a naturally occurring plant. Data from a 2003 study done in Spain indicates that hyperforin, a derivative found in Hypericum perforatum, is a compound that interferes with key events in angiogenesis, the formation and growth of cells. This confirms the recent and growing evidence about a potential role of this compound in cancer and metastasis inhibition, and makes it a promising drug for further evaluation in the treatment of angiogenesis-related pathologies. Fights inflammation and skin irritations. Hypericum perforatum has antibacterial properties and may also help fight inflammation that's at the root of most diseases. When applied topically, it relieves symptoms associated with minor wounds and skin irritations, working as a natural treatment for eczema, a home remedy for burn relief and a way to naturally treat hemorrhoids. Hypericum perforatum shows anti-inflammatory properties due to its inhibitory effects on pro-inflammatory genes like cyclooxygenase 2, interleukin-6 and inducible nitric oxide synthesis. These genes play a critical role in chronic inflammatory diseases. In a 2003 study at the Department of Dermatology at the Freiburg University Clinic in Germany, 18 patients with eczema were treated twice daily over a period of 4 weeks. After the trial, the severity of the skin lesions improved on sites of treatment, and skin tolerance and cosmetic acceptability was good or excellent with the Hypericum perforatum cream. Improves symptoms of obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder is a mental disorder where people perform certain routines repeatedly and are unable to control their thoughts or activities. This can be a debilitating condition, so the data that suggests the positive effects of Hypericum perforatum are indeed promising. A study done at the Dean Foundation for Health Research and Education analyzed 12 patients who were diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. The participants were treated for 12 weeks, with a fixed dose of 450 mg of 0.3% Hypericum perforatum twice daily. The study included weekly evaluations that were conducted with the Yale-Brown Obsessive Compulsive Scale, the Patient Global Impressions of Improvement Scale and the Clinical Global Impressions of Improvement Scale, and a monthly evaluation with the Hamilton Rating Scale for depression. Significant changes occurred within 1 week and continued to increase throughout the trial. At the endpoint, 5 of the 12 patients were rated much or very much improved on the clinician-rated CGI, 6 were minimally improved, and 1 had no change. The most common side effects reported were diarrhea and restless sleep. Because improvement began at 1 week and grew over time, researchers believe that Hypericum Perforatum can be a helpful tool in treating obsessive compulsive disorder, and more placebo-controlled studies should take place in the future. May support smoking cessation. A systematic review conducted in Canada found that Hypericum Perforatum may promote smoking cessation by alleviating tobacco withdrawal symptoms and decreasing negative effects through various mechanisms. Researchers suggest that the herb is able to inhibit monoamine oxidase A and is involved in dopamine and noradrenaline uptake. These actions help to reduce symptoms associated with smoking cessation.